Hello students and welcome to Easy English again. In this video we are going to learn a very important idiom. Our idiom for today is Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome is the capital of Italy. Italy is a country in Europe. This country is famous for pizza. So maybe one day you can go and visit this country. It's an amazing country and it's very, very beautiful. Wasn't, it's like was not built, like you are going to build a house in a day. It's like in one day. Of course, Rome is a big city. And it took people around 1,200 years to build it. It took them a long time to build the city. It was very difficult. It was very challenging, and they needed a lot of patience. They needed to put a lot of effort too. So this is definitely not very easy. Let's have a look at the meaning of this idiom. Said to emphasize that you cannot expect to do important things in a short period of time. As we saw in Rome, it took them 1,200 years approximately, maybe a little bit more or a little bit less. 1,200 years, that's a very long time. That's really a long time. So it did not take them 1 day or 2 days. And the meaning of this idiom is that if you want to do good things, great things, you will need to spend a lot of time. You will need to spend a lot of effort. You will need to spend a lot of courage. And you will need to you will need to work very, very hard as well. Let's have a look at the meaning here as well. Number one, admirable results always take time. You want to do something admirable, something great, something good, you will always need to spend a lot of time, spend a lot of efforts. Number two, to take a long time to complete. You want to become the director of the company? If you enter the company today, you cannot be the director tomorrow. Maybe after 20 years, maybe, yes. But you will need to spend a lot of time on that, work hard in it, and try your best to be the director of the company. Big achievement comes late with time. You want to make a big achievement, it's going to take a long time. You want to be fluent in English. You just started studying. You want to be fluent in English? You will need time. You will need 5 or 10 years. And you'll need to practice every day. We cannot just study one day and become fluent in English. It's not possible. And finally, great thing requires more time. You want to do great thing? You will need to spend effort and time. You will need to work so hard. Let's have a look at some examples. And example number one, just as Rome was not built in one day, you are not going to pass this exam by studying for just one day. You have an English exam tomorrow, but you studied only for one day. How can you pass the exam? It's not possible. If you want to pass the exam, you will need to study for a long time. You will need to study every day, and then before the exam, you will need to review. This is very important. Same as in Rome. We saw that the people in Rome, it took them around 1,200 years to build the city of Rome. It took them a long time. Same for studying English. You want to be fluent in English. You want to pass the exam. You will need to study hard for a long time and study effectively, study in a good way. And you need to put as well a lot of effort to be able to pass the exam. Number two, My son has taken 10 years to get to this position. We are talking maybe about a career position in a company. Maybe after 10 years, he became the director. Rome was not built in one day. And here, Rome was not built in one day means that the son, he has done a lot of efforts. He has done a lot of efforts. He needed a lot of patience and he needed a lot of time, 10 years, to be the director in the company. So, of course, time, effort, and patience as well. Right. And finally, I was told to have patience since Rome was not built in one day. Getting this job done is going to take time. So maybe this job is very, very difficult, very challenging, not easy, and it requires time. And as we said before, it requires patience and effort. So all of these things are so important to be able to achieve great things, to be able to achieve challenging jobs. And this is absolutely very, very important. So don't forget, students, that if you want to do great things in life, you will need to put a lot of effort, you will need time, and you will need a lot of courage as well. Tell me, what about you? What do you think? Tell me about something that you think is challenging. And do you think you can do it in one day? You can leave for me a comment under this video. And I'm going to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a nice day. Bye bye.